Tonight, we're going to start building Brad's motor. Alright, so tonight we're going to start building Brad's motor up. And Lonnie, the first step is cleanliness.
Cleanliness is next to cleanliness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what we got to do is we got to blast out every bolt hole because Chet vapor honed these. So, these cylinders, Nick looks pretty good. I mean, they got a crosshatch in them. We're going to go with that crosshatch. We're not even going to dingle ball these again, and they'll be just peachy. I don't think it was very long ago that this thing was rebuilt and then burned down, rebuilt and burned down again.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't find the root cause of your problem, folks. So
basically every port on here has to be blown out.
Everything gets blown out on all these. Cylinders, crankcase, every piece that got blasted. We got to blow out any residual sand before we can even start.
Okay. Yay. That'll be fun.
Yep.
But look what I got. Uh-oh. It fell on the floor.
All right, I'm going to get... I'm gonna
painted.
Oh, how'd that get on the floor?
Oh, I don't know. Did you...
Oh, I didn't put it on the floor.
Oh, it was on the edge of the table.
It fell. Is it blasted and see if there's still air coming out?
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine, they said.
It's just a needle to inflate a football.
Chow, I know that now.
Yeah. You can blast them all out.
All right, sir. All right. So, everything got hosed out. Now what?
All right, yeah, Lonnie got all the blasting dust done, so now we're going to start checking ring gap. So we got some nice SPI pistons with the coating on the skirt, and we'll need to take one of them out of the bag to square up the rings. So this is pretty easy. Just get the rings out of the bag. So Lonnie, put one ring in the cylinder.
Okay.
Just 3/8 of an inch down. Okay, now push it down with the piston enough that you're sure it's square. Give it a bit more. Give it another, I don't know. Give it another 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. All right, that ought to do it.
Okay.
All right, now we got to check the ring end gap, which we check with the feeler gauge.
I should have put that gap in a different spot.
Why?
Well, I mean, so it's easier to check, I guess. I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine. All right, so your pistons come with this nice sheet of paper, and you need this. You could probably get by with the factory service manual. So this is a T-Moly series, liquid-cooled 66 millimeter. So it's calling for a ring gap, and the ring gap doesn't matter whether it's liquid or air-cooled, but it's calling for a ring gap of 12 to 20 thousandths of an inch. So the first thing we do is dig out the 12 thousandths feeler gauge here and make sure that goes through, because if that doesn't go through, we got to file. All right, Lon, give it a check. So there's just, the gap is right here, and we just slide it in.
Or not.
Let me see that.
Are you sure
really?
that's the only one we got?
That's a ring. That's a 12,000th.
There we go. Okay. Yep.
All right, let me check your work, buddy. It's your first time working on expensive engine parts, so
yeah, let's not fuck that up.
If you're not sure, give it another little square, and then you do have to be pretty precise on this gauge. Boy, that is...
I don't think it goes through.
That's too tight.
Yeah.
All right, so we know we got a file on that one. We could check it on the other cylinders, but being that they're all Nickel, I'm expecting them to all be about the same. All right, give that one a try, Lonnie.
Yeah, we can get through on that one.
Just barely?
Oh no, it's got. Nope, it goes through just fine.
All right, now try a bigger one, like a 14, and work your way up to 20.
Okay.
All right.
16. It'll go to 16 anyway.
Perfect. So we did a little ring shuffle between the cylinders. We found where they're all in the happy place called out on our sheet of paper from our piston manufacturer. And we're going with it. So the next thing we got to do is actually measure the pistons. You measure it 90 degrees to the pin. And you measure it down here on the skirt. Let's see, there's probably a picture on the piece of paper. Otherwise, I'll just do it what I always do. All right, removable piston pin. Measure the cylinder for clearance and out of roundness. It says the out of roundness service limit is 3 thousandths. Holy cow, that's a lot. Out of round. And, 4 thousandths for 66 millimeters and larger, which these are. Finish it. And check your piston to cylinder clearance. Sometimes you'll see a picture on where to measure, but generally you're going to measure it like right there. All right. So this is a 2 to 3, so it's going to be 2.618. All right. Now we'll check this guy. .618. And we'll check this guy. 2.618. So they're all really close. Even if you use the little vernier scale and you try to interpolate to tenths, these are all within a couple tenths. So I'm going to lock it right there, and then we're going to set up the dial bore gauge to check the cylinder clearance. By the way, this is great that these measure like absolutely identical. Well done, SPI. All right, I'm not going to turn you into a machinist, but I'm going to show you how I set up the dial bore gauge. So it's got all these interchangeable anvils here and some other little spacers you can put in. And I select the ones that make the needle move when you put it in the cylinder. That is your rough. Then you're going to come over here and you're going to set it up in here. And you're going to get it to 0, which is a little bit tricky. But you can see where the low point is, and it was not quite right. You want it so as you swing it around, that furthest reach of the needle just touches 0. And you can see I'm 1 full thousandths past that. Got to get it nice and square and straight. Perfect. So it's just touching that 0. So we'll go back to the cylinders now. All right, we're going to put this in, and I usually measure it in a few places, but right now we are direct reading clearance, and which, according to the sheet of paper here, the service limit is 3. So we're going with it. The clearance and out of round is good on this cylinder that we have marked M arbitrarily. We don't know where it was before. All right, that one's just a hair under 4 thou. Check our out around at the top. 3.5. So that's only a half a thou out of round. And we'll check down here at the base below the exhaust port. 4 thou. And we'll turn it 90. Just under 4 thou. So this cylinder's good. So we got one more to check. All right, Lon, what are we doing next?
Right now we want to make sure that we've got all the right bolts. So we dug through our bolt bag, found all the appropriate bolts, make sure they're in the right places. And I see all of the holes are filled, so I think we're good to go.
All right, we're going to set the crank next.
Hey, which way goes? Which way goes?
By the way, this crank was rebuilt by JW Snowweld. Brad ran it out and back, and Josh treated him real good. Josh is a great guy, and we highly recommend him for your crank work. And I should be showing his card over our faces right here so you can see it. He's located probably between Isani and Cambridge, Minnesota, and he does great work. He has a fast turnaround, and he's very fair on his prices.
All right, so I've got most of the pins down.
Okay, so the pins, no, they don't actually go in those holes.
What?
I don't think they do on this one. For one thing, there's a pin on each of these bearings, and there's one hole here. So they should be... Here's where the pins go, Lonnie. We actually got to lay the crank in the top half.
Okay.
Yeah, so the reason Lonnie thought that is because old sleds like TXs and some other old sleds were that way. But you could see these little cutouts right here by my thumb. That's where the pins have to go. So we do have to probably grab some wood blocks and space this up, so the rods can dangle. I said dangle. Hi,
dangle.
Pete.
We gotta dangle it.
Yep.
Okay, buddy.
Let me find some blocks of wood for that.
All right, so we can just turn those basically up.
Yeah, you can pretty much just point them up. It's so easy on this sled.
Boom, 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 boom. All right.
And really, a lot of sleds are this way.
Okay.
All right, yeah, rotate all of the pins into the pockets. Actually, why don't you put the seals on first?
Oh.
Well, you might have to lift it up a little, but that's why I'm saying, why don't we put the seals on first?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so big seal goes to the outside, as you can see, or goes to the PTO side. Little seal, mag side. All right.
Okay. Do that again.
All right.
That con rod is making it move. There we go. All right, now we can rotate them.
Yep, just lift up a little and they spin right in there.
Okay.
All right. We have our 3-bond 1215. So I have a copy of the 99 Polaris Snow Service Manual because I have an XCR 800, a 99. And this is what it specifies in the Polaris Manual, specifically 3-bond 1215. If you want to use something else, do whatever you want, but we're telling you what the manual says.
Yeah.
All right, get your finger clean. It doesn't take much, and I'm not even squeezing, and gravity's taking it out. That is plenty. Luckily, it's gray, so you don't look like such a hack.
I'll get it on there.
I will say this about the 3-bond. I've used other flavors as well. I got another one over there. I'll have to look at the number. It's worked good. I've used anaerobic case sealer. I understand that Moto Seal works good. This is not, I'm not telling you this is the only thing you can use. There are choices. You can make your own choice. I'm just telling you, That's what the factory manual says, so I bought a tube of it.
All right. So now do we want to just drop all the bolts in and then, because I know they've got to be tightened in a specific pattern.
Yep, they do have to be in a specific pattern.
Okay.
But we can just drop them in for the moment.
Okay.
And
all right.
All right, Lon. So here's how the pattern goes. You start from the center and you do a crisscross and work your way out. So 1, 2, 3. Are you watching? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's somebody going, no, 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 you switched 5 and 6. Yeah, it's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well do that one as 5. It probably doesn't matter. 6.
Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You just work your way out.
Okay.
You're gonna want a longer socket to get down to those, and I brought you a little extension too.
Right on.
I was thinking of you, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Just run them down, snug, no ugga-duggas.
Right.
Not that you're gonna ugga-dug it with this little. Real good. All right. Now for the inch pound. So, oh, we do need this. I thought it was quarter drive. It's 3/8. So I got the needle set. See how the needle... So there's this orange needle, and it's going to swing around up to the blue needle up here. I set that at it's probably 110. But close enough. It's not digital. It's analog. There we go. And there we go.
Just like that.
Torqued.
Torquenheimer.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Lon.
All right.
Next thing we're going to do is squirt some oil into all the crank bearings. So you see there's these holes, and those are the holes the oil would run down out of the oil spray. So if you don't know, the way it works is your injection oil or your premix oil is just in a fog with the gas, but for all practical purposes, it just kind of condenses out and runs down these holes here in the top of the case and runs into the bearings.
Why are we blowing so much air?
Because there's a tube in the bottom of that.
Oh.
To pick it up off the bottom. But
now you tell me.
We don't need... That's plenty. That's plenty. That's more than enough.
Okay.
We got a lot of oil. In fact, Lonnie, at this point, we're going to flip it over and dump it out. I think we maybe went a little overboard on the oil.
I didn't think I went that bad.
Oh, I think I did.
All right, good.
Not getting a ton out.
No, only that one.
All right. Satisfied. Let me get this 2x4 out of your way.
You think?
Yeah. All right. A little excess oil. And also, we're going to get it on the big end of the rods. So my understanding is Josh also replaced one of these rods for Brad. So that's cool. All right. Next thing we're going to do is pistons. The piston has this arrow on it, and on a Polaris, that's going to point to the mag side. All right? So we got to get the clips in these grooves. And don't put the open in where that cutout is. That cutout is so you can pop it out. Put the open in just above it or just below it so that you've got ring material through this cutout here so that you could pop it out with a pick later. So, you're on that side?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to put in the clip opposite of you. We're going to put in the PTO clip on this one. Mm-hmm. And we're going to do it on the table because it's much easier to do it right now. And then we'll work on the other one. I'll show you first because this is awful. Now, I have seen some huge internet arguments about installing these and how you orient it, and I'm not getting in it. So, there. So, I popped that first clip in on the PTO side. You can see the arrow. And so now Lonnie's going to be able to push the pin through. We might have to heat up this piston to make clearance. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. All right. See if she goes. Oh, nice. Yeah, you got to line her up with the bearing.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. Okay.
And now you get the joy of putting in the clip. Or I'll do it for you. It's fun.
And it goes...
Well, you got to make sure. I would put it...
Like about there?
Yep, perfect.
All right.
Yep. Try not to scratch up the piston with the end of the clip.
Yep.
I could tell you're getting ready to spray that clip across the room, but let me get my hands up here to block. Sorry you can't see it because I'm blocking, but maybe I'll get the camera.
Easier to go the other way, maybe.
All right, here's Lonnie doing his first piston clip. He got it. It's in. All you got to do is push her into the groove.
I think it's all the way in.
Looks like it's in the groove to me. Oh, nope, the top isn't in the groove yet. Got to push that top back in.
I can't reach it.
Oh, what's that? No, you're below the clip.
There we go.
You get it?
I think I heard it snap in. Yeah.
I think I heard it snap in too. There we go. It's all in. Lonnie, that's your first one. That is the worst part of rebuilding an engine, and you just did it.
Not bad for a rookie.
All right. We're going to keep going. We got 2 more pistons to go. All right, Lon.
Just like that, all the pistons are attached.
Here's your next step, base gaskets.
All right. I'm assuming that the windows have to match.
Yep.
There, I've got one that says top, and the other one's got nothing on it.
So these rings are...
So does that mean that this has to be the top ring, and this is the center ring?
Well, no. These rings are keystone rings, so they're wedge-shaped. I could see it just by looking at the profile. I'll draw a picture and put it in here. And they're only going to fit right one way. So if I'm going to rotate this gently until I get the PTO up. So these rings only fit one way. They're going to get tight one way, and they're going to be not tight. They're going to be normal the other. And I could see that with the wedge shape fits up on this ring set, which is typical. And you could tell you got them in right because you can fully compress them. So if I take this ring back off and I put it on upside down, it's not going to sit in that groove nearly as nice. Yeah, so I can't fully compress that in the groove, and we'd never get the cylinder on. So your fingers are your friends there. We'll put this all the way down to the bottom.
I was going to say, isn't it easier to get the bottom one on first?
It is. And there's a pin, Lonnie. So you see
Yep.
the cutout?
Yep.
And you gotta
Be on either side of that.
Be on either side of the pin with the little cutout. That's what this cutout's for. Okay. So even though these don't say top on all of them, obviously it's going to be fine.
It doesn't look right, does it?
You see.
Does she compress further or not?
Let me just, I'll just pull it off and check.
Flip it over.
Yep, you were upside down. This one's actually marked top too. You know what it is, Lonnie?
We got top on two of them. Oh, we mixed them up.
Well, we mixed them, but the one set was like an older set in the wax paper. Either that was the only set that was marked or the other one wasn't or something. One of these wasn't quite the same. Oh, now I got it in that groove. Shoot. Can you pull it out?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. That's better.
So that one says top on both rings. And this one says top on just one ring. And so mystery solved. That older set that was wrapped in wax paper isn't labeled for top and bottom.
PTO side.
All right.
It's up already, so
it's pretty close. So we're going to stuff rags all around it. It's going to make Lonnie's life a lot easier because we're going to use the rags to kind of keep the piston pointed up. Now, we got the PTO cylinder, which is super clean. Does need just a little bit of oil, just a film of oil. Obviously, as soon as it gets fuel, we're going to start this thing on premix to be sure that it gets plenty of oil. Maybe give it a little more than that even. All right, Lon. So, knowing that this is the intake, that's got to be the exhaust. So, should I show you how it goes?
Yep.
All right. So, first thing, you compress that top ring. Just get it centered on the pin. Then, making sure that you're not pushing the second ring out, you compress that. There's a nice little chamfer. But now the top ring's escaping. Oh, no! And I'm not forcing anything. I'm not twisting. But I just got to get this past. Yep. Get that past, and that's it.
Just like that.
Pull out all our rags and send that one to the bottom.
All right.
All right, Lon. I've oiled the cylinder. Have you been practicing your technique?
Yes, I have.
All right.
We're gonna see how this goes.
All the pressure's on. It's kind of like doing a little puzzle. Oh, yeah, you're right past that top ring. Now you got to get that bottom one compressed. And your top ring's kind of climbing out a little bit.
Yep, it sure did.
Your bottom ring, I think, is maybe caught over the pin right here. See, it won't go in. So you got to get that gap centered up on the pin. Right there.
There she goes.
All right, gentle. You're breaking the top ring. You got to pull up. And you didn't break it, but you got to pull up and get that end in.
There we go.
Now you got to get that other end in. And make sure I could see you're on the pin, so you're probably okay. There you go. All good, Lonnie.
Gravity.
Your first cylinder drop.
Yeah, buddy. That is a little tricky.
It is. All right, time to do the cylinder base nuts. So I've already given them all a snug, just by hand. And I've got this Motion Pro adapter. And it comes with this sheet that gives you a bunch of formulas that tells you how to calculate how to set your torque wrench. And in this case, it says set it to 21 foot-pounds when it should be 25. And then you keep this thing straight, or as straight as you can. And you just start torquing. All right. I got to spin it around. See, I got too far off. You want to stay straight on. I tried to ratchet it. That's that don't work. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and life will be good. All right, so I looked it up. It's 24 to 28, so I gave her a couple extra foot-pounds off camera, but we should be good there. Back to the gasket bag. Time for these guys, Lon. All right, we're going to call her there. Since these cylinder heads are so filthy, Details is going to be here tomorrow night. I think we should leave these for Dennis.
I like the idea.
Okay. All right, I was waiting to do this until Brad was here. Hi, Brad.
Hi.
I wanted to get his permission. I carved a big old hole right there in the belly pan so I could get the air hammer on it. And it worked. I got the air hammer on that bolt and it came out.
Just like that.
Nothing damaged but the bolt, but this stupid bolt, it's too long anyway, so whatever. We got new bolts. We got new bolts.
I'm gonna claim that the
Croil
worked.
Yes.
The croil. I know the croil didn't work. I tried hammering on it more.
Just saying.
All right, we got special guest Chet from Minnesota Motorsports here. And Chet's here for a few different reasons. One, we're doing a little part swapping tonight. That's not on camera. But I want him to talk about two things. I want him to talk about the blasting, the vapor honing he did on Brad's motor. And I want him to talk about his event coming up in Hugo, Minnesota on February 28th.
Yeah, we got a vapor blaster in the shop, and I put a lot of motors together, so I like to put them together clean and get all the corrosion off. And it's just a little more time consuming, but yeah, cleaning carbs up, just getting any of the old 90s corrosion off everything.
Wait a minute now. You said something about cleaning carbs.
Clean the carbs, boys.
No, yeah, it's definitely a benefit, especially with this older stuff, and when you're reusing the cases and putting it together clean is what I like to do.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the detail.
And it's nice. I think it seals the aluminum over. I think it gives it a little more, takes some of the porous out of it, and makes it last a little longer.
Kind of like superfine shot peening almost.
Yeah, I mean, if you sandblast it, it gives it that texture, and you bump it with grease, and you just about can't wipe it off. Where this is more of a smooth finish, the vapor honing is, and it cleans up even after you're assembled.
I'll tell you what, Lonnie and I worked on this last night, and we didn't wear rubber gloves, and we didn't try to keep our hands clean, and it's not bad.
Yeah. It's nice stuff. It works good.
It's a greasy triple.
Got a new gun in the box, so that helped a lot, and that cut my time in half, and yeah. So.
Well, tell us about your event and everything going on.
Yeah, we're chomping at the bit to get stuff aligned, and kind of just betting that we're going to get some snow this winter. We're going to run a 500-foot snow drag on Egg Lake in Hugo. I don't know, we run a tour across the state and think we need something local to the metro here, and figured why not try it. We got the local Legion involved to handle the beer garden, and
beer garden, all right.
Yeah, and then the Snowmobile Club, they're going to do a show and shine. They're going to help us out with parking and setup and tear down, and we're going to have awards at the Legion after in the back room, and should be a good time. If you want to check out the classes, we got a website, Facebook page, Minnesota Snow Drag Tour. There's going to be like 15, 16 classes there, so it should be a good long day of racing.
What date?
February 28th.
February 28th.
Hugo, Minnesota.
Hugo, Minnesota, yep.
Yep, we'll be there. The whole crew is planning on being there that day.
Yeah, it should be a good time. We got to just get some
yeah,
classes
leap
figured
year.
out.
Is it a leap year?
We get that extra day.
Oh, boy. Well, this is the day before leap day, but man, that would be cool if it was on the 29th.
We really, yeah.
Then Chet could only hold his event, once every 5 years, though,
Yeah.
or 4 years.
Well, we're going to make this an annual deal if it works out, so
Cool.
we're into it every year.
How far do you get people coming from?
We got guys coming from Houghton, Michigan. They raced with us all last year. So those are probably the farthest traveling guys, and sounds like they're coming again this year. And I mean, that's a long drive for them to come from Houghton down around Superior, and then we have three.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this year we have 2 races up in Grand Marais. So I mean, that's 4 hours north of the cities, really.
Yep.
So
Are there classes for some of the lower displacement sleds, or is this all like superpower stuff?
stock. We have stock.
Okay.
But it
600
doesn't.
stock, 600 mod.
Yep.
But-
6 stock, 6 mod, 7 stock, 7 mod.
But you're going to be, if you enter your XLT, you're going to be running against
I was just gonna say
anything,
what's
any
a-
600.
What's a 600 stock? What's
No,
that
not,
considered?
they have to be stock.
You'd be running against any stock 600.
Yeah.
Brand new.
But as of right now, there are no vintage classes.
As
you're
of right
saying,
now, there
correct?
are none.
All right.
No vintage classes right now. If you're into the vintage stuff, I'd focus on the show and shine for right now. We just need to make sure we can get through the day and not add too many classes. You know,
Yeah.
if we run out of daylight, what do I do?
Yeah.
Can't,
Is this
can't shut it down early.
Is
Well,
this,
you get more daylight, though. It's the end of February.
Yeah,
is this 2 wide or 4 wide?
2 wide.
2 wide.
2 wide. I think we're gonna run it single elimination. So we will do a $100 buyback if you get out your very first round. You'll get put into a loser's bracket, and you can race your way through that bracket back into the winner's bracket. So that's something we did last year at Triple Fest, and it worked really well. And you know, if you red lit or you screwed up on your very first round, I know it's $100, but buy your way back into that other bracket and then try and race your way back in. I had to do it a couple times, so it's and you know you're running for points, so a lot of the times you need to get as high on the podium as you can to get the most points you can, or as far down the bracket as you can.
So is this sanctioned then by an organization?
Minnesota Snow Drag Tour is what it's
Okay,
sanctioned by.
Minnesota
Yep.
Snow Drag Tour. Got
Yep.
it.
So we made our own rules, we made our own classes, and got some events that were already happening in Minnesota, and they accepted our rules and our classes, and now we got a 5-race tour around the state.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I mean we're 100% sponsor payback. Last year, I mean the first year we did this is our 3rd year. The first year we did it, we paid $11,000 in class payout in points, and then last year we paid $30,500 in points. So we're looking to pay more this year, which are already we already are set to where we're probably going to do more than 30 grand.
Nice.
So yeah, it's fun.
Makes
a
it
lot
worth
of
it at that point.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
you,
right.
like you said, 15 classes as of right now.
Yep, and that's just so we can get through the day. That's just so you know we don't end up getting dark and we're still running finals. You know.
Yep.
You don't know how many sleds are going to show up on the day, so we try and start at 9 a.m. and we're shutting down about dark.
Yeah.
So it's a whole day.
All right, and if you haven't seen it, go back and you can find the older video that's a tour of Chet's shop and a look at his race sleds and some of his customers' race sleds as well.
Yeah, we got that was an older video. We got some newer ones getting built in there now, and
Oh boy,
they'll be running the tour with us. So that's gonna be fun.
sounds like I'm going to have to get over there, take a look at these newer
Get some
sleds.
secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get our
Updated
hands.
video.
We'll get our hands on a newer poster too, or flyer.
Yep,
that
we're
we
gonna
can put up
we're
here.
gonna update a flyer with the Snowmobile Club on it, and then
Yeah.
hopefully with some sponsors for the day, that Hugo race on it, and yeah, with classes for the show and shine and stuff like that.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
All right, cool.
Sounds like
Thanks,
a great
Chet.
time.
yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
Chad.
anytime.
Don't Lonnie it.
Don't Lonnie it. That's the nice part about the beeper is I can't Lonnie it when I got a
except you
beeper.
have-
As long as the batteries are in your hearing aids.
Tighter is better.
Tighter is better.
Says who?
That's what I told her.
But I think it's this one.
All right, so one thing about these V-Force reeds, you don't have to do this on an XCR 800, but on these, you gotta cut these built-in spacers off. They're big chunks of rubber. We should have shown you the before.
Yeah, they look like this.
They look like that. That's molded in there. Yeah. So you got to cut that off so you can use the one that comes with the V-Force
You want to
reeds.
use the ones that come with.
And then I was going to show you, we put the oil pump on just now. Use one of these impacts to put the oil pump on. Those are number 2 Phillips. And then, what did we forget, boys? Oh yeah,
Oh, a second set of gasket.
Yeah, we're just
we're just testing. We're just test fitting.
Test fitting.
Test fitting. Don't Lonnie it, Lonnie.
Lonnie, careful. Brad, you trust him?
You like Lonnie building your motor?
Yeah, right.
I love it.
You shouldn't be asking questions like that.
He's gonna send the first pass. First pass, Lonnie. After you sink the carbs.
No, yeah, gotta sink the carbs first.
All right, Lonnie's building this motor, but Lonnie, what does that look like that this threads into?
An insert,
There's a steel insert in
there?
what? In rubber.
which means that it
Don't Lonnie it.
don't Lonnie it.
Take it easy.
Torque it, baby.
What do they go to? 40 foot-pounds?
Burp. If it's dripping oil, we can always tighten it later.
Beep, 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 beep.
Burp. All right, so this is as far as we're going with the motor. It looks like we're set up to pressure check, but you'll notice
Something's missing.
something's missing. I've only seen water pump Tim once a week for the last 4 weeks and forgot to give him the water pump every time. My bad. I'll give it to him tomorrow, but we want to get that on before we pressure check. And just so you know, this is how far we go when we pressure check. We don't put on the stator, the recoil. We do the bare minimum to get the motor sealed up, because if anything's leaking, then we don't have to start taking it apart to figure out what's going on. So that's it on the motor tonight. Lonnie, is there anything else you want to do?
You know, I could clean the carbs.
Clean the carbs, boys.
Wait a second.
That's
Those
not really
are clean.
Those are really clean, Lon. I
These
think
are very clean. Like this is going to be kind of fun to actually work with something that's this clean.
we got to just
think
put
we're
them
just
together.
building
But
carbs.
We're
yeah,
going to be building carbs. How about that?
there you go. All right, that's next.
Boodly boop.
All right, here's Lonnie in his natural element. He's got the bag of carb parts, and he is going through organizing everything. He will lay out every jet, every needle, every seat next to each carb, and then he'll start putting it together.
Got enough space, Lonnie?
Yeah, it's a little cramped in here, but that's all right. We'll make it work.
Don't want to confuse the
All right, you
what's this
guys.
for?
That's a motor mount, Dennis.
I know, but it's in with his.
That's gonna be hard to put that in the car.
Yeah, the guy that put that bag of stuff together was a slob. No, the carb stuff was in a separate bag. Lonnie
Well,
built the
I
carb
put
bag.
all this together.
Yeah, Lonnie built the carb bag. I built the bag of motor hardware, which meant it was pretty, mismatched. But all right, we'll bring you back after we get some carbs together.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part. Here's what's going on. We're all just drinking beer and shooting the shit while Lonnie builds carbs.
He's only two behind us.
Those are the cleanest carbs I've ever seen.
They are definitely the cleanest carbs.
Definitely
I've
gonna
ever
have
seen.
Chet blast all the carbs from now on. Well, maybe not all, but all the special
Hey,
carbs.
don't Lonnie that.
All right, so this is as far as we're taking it. Once we get the water pump back, we're going to pressure check it. Lonnie lived in his favorite world today, building carbs.
I was in my happy place.
Does it match a shirt?
Yes, it does.
I will tell you this: these shirts.
Look at that.
All right, this is actually
Just like that.
This is actually 34 millimeter carbs from the purple-headed snow warrior.
Yep.
This is actually a picture of those carbs. So, anyways, thanks for watching. We really appreciate you watching. Huge thanks go out to the patrons for their support of the channel. We got like 4 pages worth of patrons now, and we really appreciate all of you. For those that don't know, we do our membership off-site on a either a phone app or a website called Patreon. You can do either, and for $5 or $10 a month, you can support the channel. It's the same as doing a YouTube membership on another channel, but we do it off-site for a couple of reasons. One, it's easier and better for me, and two,
It's easier and better for him.
no, the other one is nobody's got to worry about accidentally clicking on a membership and getting charged when they subscribe to us on YouTube. So go ahead and hit subscribe. But we really appreciate you patrons. Your support of the channel is great.
Thanks, guys.
We also really appreciate everybody that's given us a super thanks.
Super thanks. Thank you.
Appreciate you. And just like I said, just hit subscribe. It helps us a lot. Another thing I want to remind you is we are planning to do a patron ride this winter. Only patrons will be invited. We won't be disclosing the time or location to anyone else. So there you go. If you want to get in on that, you probably want to go join on the Patreon. And we now offer discounted annual memberships. So we appreciate your support. And we'll see you at the Two Cousins Swap Meet. Although this video might come out after that. We'll see you at Chet's event.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the trails. Pray for snow.